Panther has always been AWS native since our open source days. However, we never had a great relationship where we were sharing everything we were doing with the AWS team. And so hi, I'm Andrew Dooley. I'm the head of partnerships at Panther. Panther is a cloud native, AWS native SIEM that's solving the problem of threat detection at scale. The challenge we were facing in our go-to-market was how to get closer with the AWS team to build a better together story with them. Panther had an AWS marketplace listing, and we had an AWS native product, but we didn't have alignment with the AWS go-to-market organization. So something we focused on was finding a partner, in this case, Suger, who could help us get tighter integration with ACE for co-selling and to get deeper within the AWS organization for more support. Originally, we were using a different vendor for our marketplace listing. We were doing a fair amount of private offer generation, but we didn't have software in place that was making it easier to connect our sellers directly to the AWS account teams. Through help with our actual AWS partner manager, we're able to find Suger. I couldn't be happier with them as a vendor and as a partner. We've solved both for marketplace listing and private offer generation, as well as the original co-sell problem we were trying to solve. We've gone from sharing less than 20% of our deals with AWS for support to 100% last quarter, which is a huge accomplishment for us. And we're getting a lot more traction with AWS because of it. I come from a support background, and so something I value the most is the overall customer experience, the willingness to help us, the willingness to create bespoke solutions for us. And something I've always been so impressed with John and Kyle and Gabe and all the folks at Sugar is their willingness to jump into a Slack channel with us, to jump on a Zoom call with us. I went from one of the worst support experiences I've had in my career with our previous vendor to one of the best with Sugar. An additional benefit of this new relationship that we have is they actually came to our sales kickoff and did enablement with our sellers to make them more comfortable with the co-sell motion, help them understand what to share, when to share it, and how to make it a more mutually beneficial process for our prospects, for our own sellers, and for AWS. We're getting considerably more traction with AWS now than we were a year ago. We're basically doing all the same things that we were, but because of the relationship that Sugar has helped us with, there's much more awareness of who Panther is, that we're AWS native. I think the biggest milestone for us is we're starting to see AWS originated opportunities come into our pipeline, whereas previously it was exclusively us sharing in the other direction. So we're really starting to get that better together story going, and there's more of a technical awareness of what Panther does within AWS these days. Some of the lessons we learned during the process are that you have to treat this both as a sales enablement activity and a technical integration. It's insufficient to set up your Salesforce and ACE and get Sugar going and then go, great, we did it, we'll share all of these. How do you prepare your sellers to have those conversations to get the most value out of it? How do you create enablement materials to leave behind with the AWS account team so that they can bring you into similar opportunities when there's a good mutual fit there? Those aren't things that we thought about at first. We thought about this as a technical problem. I think the most important thing that we found during this process that sort of surprised us was it's insufficient to set up an integration and then share all your deals and then be done after a quarter. The thing that Sugar really helped us realize is consistency over quarters, over years is what's going to build that deeper relationship that's going to let you get more value out of co-sell with AWS. Likewise, on the marketplace side, it's insufficient to stand up a marketplace and do a couple private offers. It has to become ingrained in your sales org, as there are benefits to doing this long term, and it doesn't take away from the sales experience. It can actually be more beneficial to our customers. Panther is the AWS native SIEM that's built for high volume AWS log ingestion. Sugar's helped us realize the go-to-market story with AWS. We think we have a real opportunity to help a lot of customers who are currently fighting their tools instead of fighting their attackers.